Hello, hello, hello.
Hiya.
And welcome back to JenHannagans.
JenHannagans.
Today's a special day.
It is. Oh, by the way, she's Jen. I'm Hannah.
Yes.
We are two best friends, and we've been doing WW/iTrack Bites for
2 years. Today is 2 years. It is April 1st, and this is when we started this 2 years ago, and it's so exciting.
And that is not a joke. We did start.
This is not April Fool's.
No, we started on April 1st. Why did we choose April 1st?
No. But we are out celebrating. We just ate supper, and a point-friendly supper. And we try to make a kind of a big deal out of this day because it's just amazing that we lasted this long.
It's surprising.
I will say, when I started, I was like going through, and I was like scanning things, and I was on the phone with my mom, and I'm like, this is never going to work, Mom. Like, we're going to stay on this for a week. I don't even know how to do this. And I was just really not wanting to try that hard. Like, that's all that it was. And I had at the time like 41 points because I was nursing. And I was just like, how am I going to do this? And I just really figured we would start and then we'd be done in like 7 days. But guess what?
The real story there is that we had talked because I had been trying to lose weight and I had lost some weight, but I was starting to put it back on. And I was like, you know, I could do WW. There's this promo that starts on April 1st, and she just had a baby. And I'm like, we should do that. And we decided we were going to do it. And then I was just going to let it go. And she downloaded the app. So then I had to do it. So, like, I was doing it for her because I knew it wasn't going to work for me.
Guess what? I was like looking in the middle of the night, like scrolling through it. I'm like, I may as well just go ahead and download this and get it all paid for because Hannah's going to make me do this. And I don't know, you can watch the video. There's like one of our first videos was like our stories. So Hannah did one and I did one. But I had gestational diabetes with my last 2 pregnancies. And when I left the hospital, the doctor said, I want to keep you on insulin. She was convinced that I was going to have an issue with diabetes. And I was like, I really don't want to do that. Can we please just like wait it out and I'll try to do better. And so within, I don't know, maybe 6 months or 8 months or something, I had an appointment. And so I got my, everything checked again and my numbers were normal and it was like a big day. But anyway, so I was able to stay off of insulin and to kind of heal myself through better eating. And so that's what made me stick to this, is what made me start. And here I am, just still trying to keep myself healthy and well.
And it's really about health. When did you know it was going to stick? When did you know we were actually going to do this for real?
When we hit 1 year. It took me a year.
We were worried.
When we hit 1 year, I'm like, we've been doing this for a whole year. Like, this is crazy. Hey, we're trying to film here, car. Turn your lights off.
Yeah.
What about you?
I don't know. I think I knew pretty early on that you would
Well,
stick
when we
to
got
it.
through, like, all the holidays.
Yeah, that was a big one.
That was pretty significant.
We were really worried about all the holidays. We started
And
YouTube. Yeah, we started YouTube after 1 year because we needed something to keep us accountable, because up to that point, here comes lighting again. Thank you so much. Couldn't you have just parked there and stayed?
Don't you see what we're trying to do?
When we hit 1 year, it's like, well, we've been through everything now. What's going to keep us motivated?
Yeah.
But, getting through the holidays, losing weight through everything that we lost weight through at that time, I thought was a big deal. And then 2020 said,
and we stuck through it through 2020.
So
like the year of binge eating and the year of emotional eating, like we made it through. We lost weight in 2020.
We did. So quick numbers, because I know everybody wants to know the numbers. Weight loss slowed down in 2020.
Yeah,
it did a lot. I am currently 112 pounds down from starting WW, 162 pounds down from my highest weight, at least, because I don't really know what my highest weight was.
Yeah.
But 70, the last year I only lost like 33 pounds. I lost half.
Which I think is amazing.
It is. But I lost right at half of the weight that I lost the year previous.
Yeah.
Which is...
We both lost a lot more the first year.
Which is to be expected.
Yeah.
But when you have as much weight as I do to lose, it's frustrating. But then I looked at, because weight is not the only number,
No,
people.
listen to this. Listen up.
I didn't take before and after, or then and now. I hate before and after. Then and now pictures beforehand. Didn't start that until May. So we'd already been doing it. It was halfway into May. Also didn't take measurements until maybe June.
Yeah.
I don't know when the first time I took measurements for us. But I lost 27 inches overall last year. And overall, from the beginning, I've lost 54 inches. So I lost pretty much exactly the same number of inches in 2020 as I did in the year previous. I don't want to say 2019 because we started. So
let me recap. That's half of the weight, but just as many inches. So she didn't lose as many pounds, but she's gained like muscle, and she's lost all of the same inches that she lost when she lost 60 pounds. So this makes a difference.
I've always said, because I hit a plateau, I've been the same weight since November. Now, that is not true, since I shook up my diet for 2 weeks to really high point, then really low point the next week. I have lost weight, and I am continuing to lose since doing that. But I've always said, if you're at a plateau, that's because that's when people are going to say, you've lost a lot of weight. Because your body is catching up to the weight that you've lost. And that really is what happened this last year.
Yes.
And same for you.
Yeah, I lost quite a bit at the beginning. I've lost about 80 pounds total. And I lost a big chunk of that in the first year. And then last year I lost about 15.
Yeah.
15. And so, and I lost that all from January to August. We were... and since August I've maintained, which is great because I have to have maintained to get my insurance to pay for my skin removal surgery. So I'm happy with that. Like I think I'd only like to lose maybe another 20-30 pounds maybe. I'm not really sure. It just depends on where my body settles, but
well, and a lot of that is going to be a lot easier, and the skin removal surgery is going to be a big deal, because that was always an issue.
And also when I get my skin removed, there's like the issue of swelling. So like the scale really won't mean a lot to me for the rest of this year, most likely, because they say that you could swell up to a year, you know, around their time. So I'm okay with that. Like I know that the scale is not going to be my friend necessarily. I will say in just the past few weeks, my weight has stayed the same, but I have noticed a big difference in some of the clothes that I just bought a few months ago. I put a skirt on and a shirt yesterday, and then that, you know, fit me great when I bought it, and then I pulled it out about 2 inches. So I know that there has been some inches lost anyway.
There definitely has.
With the scale remaining the same.
And the scale it's really not the only factor, because we moved more in 2020.
Just kidding.
Deal with it.
Thought it could
the
work.
lighting is... It is what it is. We moved a lot more. Ooh. I don't know that mine would even
just
work.
go on, ignore me.
I mean, I don't even know how many miles we biked and walked and kayaked, and I kayaked.
Hannah keeps up with all that stuff normally, like all the things we've done in a year. I'm so bad about that. I don't even have the same phone.
There's biking, hiking, kayaking, walking, in the dead of winter walking. I got a weight machine. You are super active. You got the trampoline for the kids, and you're out there jumping and doing exercises and exercise videos.
We have so many different bikes. We bike all the time, me and the kids. Oh, yeah. Things like that. So it's been awesome.
And most of that is in the last year, but in the last 2 years, so much has changed.
What was the thing that we were going to mention when we got... Oh, that's what it was that we didn't think we were going to stick to it.
Yeah, we didn't.
But guess what? Here we are. It's like a weird thing. I'm sorry, that's so strange. It's just weird. It's just something we never expected to be here. We never expected to be successful. We never expected it to be like such a huge part of our lives. So,
and to have so many
what are your goals
other
for
people.
this next year?
Move more. Tone up.
Is that possible?
I need to tone up. I need to really focus on muscle mass.
Same.
I need to use that weight machine and make it a regular bike instead of just the trike.
You should do that.
We'll see if I can remember how to ride a bike. It's totally different.
Just like riding a bike.
It's totally different than riding a trike, though. That's the problem. I don't really have a weight loss number, but I want to kick it up and be more serious.
Yeah.
I kind of used the last year to, I'm like, let my body adjust, and it's time to shake that up again.
Yeah.
That's it. Just continue. Do more.
Yeah.
Less artificial sweeteners. You want to talk about that?
Yeah. Well, the last 2 years has been a lot of like finding the lowest point things and making recipes to be low point and all of that, and which is great and which you should do. But we relied, not as much as some people, but more than what we should have, on artificial sweeteners and diet foods and things like that. And I've had an issue recently where I just haven't felt well, and I thought it was my heart, and I've had tests and blood tests and all of that done, and my heart is fine, thank the Lord. But it was just something weird that was happening. So I decided to start cutting some things out, and I have cut down majorly on artificial sweeteners, diet foods, and also a lot of processed food. So I have felt so much better in the last few days from doing that. And this was an issue that's been like ongoing the last, month, 2 months, whatever it is. And so to feel this much better in just a few days of like trying to do better is pretty big. So my goal is to try to do better with the artificial sweeteners, certain places that we go that just aren't good for us,
that we're not going anymore.
Maybe
we'll talk about that later.
Maybe we'll talk about it later. But if you guys are part of our life, you know what we used to be addicted to.
Yeah.
And we'll have to cut that out. But just
for more than just artificial shit. Anyway,
yes,
later video.
Later. But that is one of my that's my goal, is to just focus on that wellness of being a little bit more whole foods and less processed food. So I don't know if it's the artificial sweeteners that was causing the issue, if it was processed foods that was causing the issue, but cutting down on both of those. Actually, today I have had no artificial sweeteners and also no issues with what I thought was my heart, but obviously was not. Whatever it was.
Can we just talk about the fact that you were able to even recognize that there was an issue?
Because we would not back then, if before we were doing this, if I had an issue with my heart, I would have been like, okay, it's just one more thing, like I'm just not feeling well, like it's normal for me to not feel well. That is not how I am anymore. Like I'm like, there's definitely something wrong with my body. I still don't know what it is or what it was doing, but I could definitely tell that there was something wrong, and I made it a priority quickly. Like I didn't wait for it to get out of control. I didn't wait for, I'm like, okay, I've got to do something now. I've got to figure out what this is and see if I can find a solution. And I did not care about myself like that. So that's one of my goals for this year. And also I want to get my surgery done. It's scheduled for the end of this month. If all goes well, that's what will happen. And so I want to just focus on healing and like actually taking good care of myself. I have a tendency to just kind of rush those things. So if I can heal, and then I would like to lose some more weight this year. Like, I'm not going to put a number on it because I do know that my surgery is like priority and healing for my surgery is priority. So, and who knows what the scale will say if I'm loaded with, 20 pounds of fluid or whatever. So we'll see. But I would like to lose just some more weight this year.
I think this year is really focused on listening to our bodies and learning more through that.
Turn this on.
Yeah, these shadows are crazy. There we go.
You'll get used to it.
Sorry, we're not fancy YouTubers. We're just
we don't have a ring
on
light.
YouTube.
Actually,
we do.
We just don't use it.
But yeah, listening to our bodies more, because I didn't have the same problem you did to the same extent, but I definitely noticed now when foods affect me. Yeah. And how much they affect me. And that's not something that...
And WW can be done with, whole foods and without the diet foods. It is one of my favorite things about WW is finding ways to take a really high calorie, high point recipe and make it lower. And so those diet foods and sugar-free foods, those are great for that situation. But if it's like affecting my body, it's not worth it. I would rather just possibly eat the whole calorie, whole food thing.
And eat less of it.
And just eat less of it. But
which is possible now.
Yeah, totally. We have that ability.
Our portion controls are so much better now.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
That
we just shared a chicken hibachi.
We did.
Like, we have got it going on.
I was not completely happy.
For today.
I was not completely happy because there wasn't much
enough
vegetables.
Like, what? That's one of those weird things. Like, they did not put enough vegetables on the plate.
It wasn't enough.
We wouldn't have complained about that 2 years ago, but here we are.
No. But anyway, just paying attention to our bodies, making sure you heal correctly.
I want to stay as healthy as possible, and if there's something that I can do to make sure that happens, like, of course, there's always going to be things that could hit you out of the blue. And
like 2020.
Yeah. And so that could happen. But if there's something I can do and there's something I can prevent, I need to focus on that. So,
yeah. So 2 years in, we thought about making a video saying we were done, but,
paper bowls.
We're not done. This is life. This is our life, and, looking forward to more of it.
We are now.
I think I'm going to have to focus on doing more with the kids while you recover.
I have to recover. That's what I
do.
Need to be good to myself.
Anyway, anything else we wanted to say?
I think that's it. You guys have the updates. Like, you know where we're at.
Yep.
If we missed anything, then let us know in the comments. And we are an open book.
We really are. You can ask us anything.
You can ask us anything.
We may tell you to mind your business, but most likely we'll answer you.
Maybe, yeah. Probably.
In a video.
Yeah, and make a whole big deal about it. No. So anyway, that is all, I think.
Yeah.
So if you like this video, then like this video. And share and comment and subscribe and all of those things.
Yep.
And thank you for all of our friends that watch, that have been with us through this journey. We do have a lot that are just super supportive.
We really do.
And we're very, very blessed that way. We're very blessed to have each other, because we couldn't have done it. I could not have done this without Hannah. Like,
I wouldn't have done it
would have been a lonely road. And so if you are wanting to start something like this, then see if there's a pal. Like, maybe you can form a friendship just based off of WW. Yeah. I don't know. Or I track bites. But anyway, it is so helpful to have somebody who is in your corner and who understands what you're going through. Now we have a group.
We do.
So shout out to Rachel and Sarah and Sister Diane, because they are our folks right now, that are track team, that are with us on this. So that is all.
Yeah.
That is all.
Love y'all.
All right. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.